and welcome back to my another video. So today we are learning about habitats and food chains. So now I am here after 1 month, I guess. So actually I was busy with my 7th grade online classes and some assessments also. Inshallah, after this topic there's a chapter of light and we're gonna do it after the next video of habitats and food chains, and then we're gonna end the 6th grade syllabus over here, and then we are gonna start the 7th one, which is, I guess, cells to organisms, and it is a really good topic. So let's just start with the video. We have wasted a lot of time, just joking. Don't mind. Well, there are 2 pictures, so we are going to discuss these pictures. The first picture is about an owl, fox, hedgehog, and bat. These are called nocturnal animals. We are going to learn about nocturnal animals in this video. And the second picture is about the characteristics of a polar bear that helps it survive in a very, very, very low temperature. See, it's cold. Okay, let's go. What are adaptations? Adaptations are special features or behavior that helps a living organism live comfortably in its environment or habitat. Example, ducks have webbed feet to paddle around water and look for food. So, as I have read that adaptations are special features or behavior, there are 2 types of adaptations. One is structural adaptations and second is behavioral adaptations. So structural adaptations are those that have characteristics which are structured, which are designed to help an animal live in its environment. So, for example, it has said that ducks have webbed feet. So it's structured, it is designed. The webbed feet is designed for ducks to move in water easily and find food for their family and friends. And another example is eagle have sharp claws to catch its prey and enhance their survival. So in this, as you can see an eagle over here, it is called in structural adaptations because it has a structured sharp claws that helps to catch its prey. Of course, eagle is a carnivore, so it eats meat and hunt other animals. So these sharp claws help the eagle to catch their prey and eat their food, whatever they want. It enhances their survival. So we're gonna learn about adaptation for surviving low temperature too, as it was a picture in the first slide of introduction. Well, let's see this picture. There's a cutie bear and we're gonna learn its characteristics that help him, little cutie, survive in the very, very low temperature. So this low temperature is present in Antarctica. He must be not feeling that cold because he has a very fat blubber under the skin, which is a very good insulator of heat, and he has a cute tail that has a small surface area and helps to reduce heat loss, like the heat is present in his body. The small ears have small surface area. This helps to reduce loss of body heat. The thick fur and the air trap between the fur reduce loss of body heat, as both fur and air are good heat insulators. So as you can see, it has white fur in it, okay? And the fur and the air that is trapped between it reduces the loss of body heat. So hence fur and air are good heat insulators. And here you can see it has some black skin under the fat blubber, and that skin helps to reduce the loss of body heat, and it is a very good absorber of heat also. Adaptations to the amount of light. Adaptation to the amount of light. So animals that have big eyes and sensitive to small amount of light are known as nocturnal animals. Examples, cats and owls. So here are nocturnal animals I was talking about in the introduction slide. So nocturnal animals are those that sleep during the day and they're active during the night. For example, an owl, like it catches its prey at night. It hunts other animals at night. And cats also, like for example, black cats. Black cats are mostly awaken at night if you have seen a picture of an owl, it has very round and very big eyes that is sensitive to small amount of light. They have very big eyes, so they cannot handle the large amount of lights. They are only sensitive to small amount of light, which is mostly in the dark. That this is the reason why like they are awakened in the dark, because in the dark there is not much light. There's only small amount of light available. In this picture, the money plants have bigger leaves that are up. The reason is that there is not much light near or on the ground for plants to carry out photosynthesis. But by climbing by its clasping roots, this plant can have more sunlight and the leaves can grow bigger. As you can see, this picture I've taken from a book. This picture is about a money plant that have leaves over here, but in the upper part, as you can see, the leaves are bigger. The leaves that are down are near to the ground, and near to the ground there's not much sunlight for these poor leaves to grow more. But if we climb by its clasping roots, so it can have more sunlight and it can grow well and bigger, and he will be cute, happy, as you can see. Adaptations for trees and plants. Vines plants have stems to bend and twine around taller trees and reach for sunlight in order to carry out photosynthesis. Some have tendrils to climb and can have sunlight. Example, morning glory has tendrils to twine around fence to reach for sunlight. Water hyacinths are water floating plants and they have bulb-like leaf stalks in order to have some sort of function. So in this it is telling about some trees that have, for example, vine trees. They have stems like these structured. These stems are structured and designed to bend, and they can twine for reaching for more sunlight, or to carry out in order to carry out photosynthesis, and they can grow bigger and happy. Some have tendrils to climb and can have sunlight. For example, this morning glory has tendrils to. This picture is about a morning glory which has some tendrils type of thing, as you can see over here. It has tendrils that is called structural adaptation. It has tendrils to twine around a fence if there is a fence or a house. So it is twinned around a fence and they can reach for more sunlight. Plants living in water. It is about a water hyacinths. I don't know how it's pronounced. Water hyacinths, they're called water floating plants, which have leaf stalks and bulb-like leaf stalks in order to have some sort of function. Adaptations for surviving in water. Animals like fish and other smaller ones have streamlined shaped bodies in order to stay afloat and easily move or swim in water by decreasing friction between its body and water. Example, tuna and guppy. Some fish have fins to move in water, while others have swim bladders and oil in their bodies. Frogs and water birds have webbed feet, and seals and turtles have flippers to move easily in water. Fishes have gills to breathe in water, while others, such as whale and sharks, have breathing holes called blowholes to breathe in air. They can hold their breath for a long time underwater before surfacing to breathe again. So in this, it is telling us about that animals like that live in water are fishes and other smaller ones. But have you thought that how can they swim in water easily or move in water easily to escape from danger also? So they have streamlined shape. Streamlined shape bodies are those that have a broader and narrow shape in the between, and on the two ends it had a point. These are called streamlined shape bodies, and it says that streamlined bodies in order to stay afloat and easily move or swim in water by decreasing friction between its body and water. So some examples of fish are tuna and guppy, and some fish have fins to move in water while others have swim bladders and oil. For example, swim bladders are things that are just stuffed in the fish's bodies, and they can just sleep. Like when they want to sleep, they can just stay afloat and they can rest. And frogs and water birds such as penguins and frogs Frogs and water birds, they have wet feet to move in water, or they can walk slowly. For 2 minutes, I'm gonna talk about some penguins in detail. Penguins, just small penguins and big penguins, they just gather around and make a small circle so they can get warm to survive the freezing cold temperature. It's called behavioral adaptation. We were talking about seals and turtles also. Seals and turtles, like for example, turtle lives in land and water both, so it has flippers to move easily in water. Sometimes when there are scientific reasons in the exam, it tells us that like why whale and sharks are not fish. So the reason for this is because whale and sharks does not have gills to breathe in water. Instead, they have breathing holes called blowholes or nostrils, whatever you can want to say, that helps it breathe in air. And their specialty is like they can hold their breath for a long time. So like when they come or on near the surface, so they just come out to breathe and go into water again. Talk about some insects, for example, mosquito larvae or water stick insects and water scorpion. They are made up of water, and they have some breathing tubes that help them breathe in air. Adaptations for getting more water and reducing water loss. Adaptations for getting more water. There is very little liquid water on the surface of deserts. So like for example, this picture is telling about like adaptations for getting more water and adaptation for reducing water loss. So in this, it is telling us about that in desert, as you can see, when you go to desert, it is very hot, and it is very important to carry some water to vanish your thirst. And so, but how about the animals and some plants? How they survive? Because like how can they survive if there is a very little rainfall in the desert? In deserts, there are very less rainfall. Okay, so some plants and animals, they have characteristics to help them in surviving in hot temperature. For example, cactus have some deep and long roots to spread a long way, and then when there is an occasional rainfall, they can catch some water from rainfall and then can store that in their stem. Okay, so that helps them survive in the hot temperature. Adaptations for reducing water loss. Plants lose water through the stomata in the leaves. The larger the leaf, the more water is lost. Some desert plants have small, waxy, or hairy leaves to reduce water loss through evaporation. Cacti are plants which are well adapted to survive in a desert. The leaves of the cacti have reduced needles or spines to reduce water loss. The succulent, thick and fleshy stems of cacti are able to store water and carry out photosynthesis. The stems also has a waxy surface and few stomata and the water loss. So in this, it is telling us about that cactus one more characteristic is its succulent stem. Succulent means thick and long stem, fleshy stem that helps and cactus to survive in the desert. For example, animals like animals like camel, they have hump to store water and food. Similarly, the plants such as cactus have stems to store water when there is an occasional rainfall. Is that clear, I guess? So quiz link is in the description box. This time no question answers, you have to do by yourself. I hope you understand the concept, And the quiz link is in the description below, and it is of 5 marks. And don't forget to share the scores with me in the comment box. And thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you like it. Make sure like, make sure share, and subscribe to my channel for more good videos, inshallah. And I will meet you in the next video. Until then, take care and Allah Hafiz.